Inclusive education to enable all citizens to contribute meaningfully to society is what this multi-stakeholders engagement focuses on. Key recommendations include community, civil society and other stakeholders engagement in monitoring and evaluation as well as oversight of educational services to ensure inclusivity and accountability.
Kasan gwamnati yana kula da masu bukata na musamman gaskiya yayi kokari. Su wannan ya kamata in dai za a yi a gama makarantar lafiya kar a karba ko sisi kowane makaranta in yaro na masu bukata na musamman. Ba university a Borno State wanda zai je makafo ya yi karatu ko kurma ya yi karatu. A state university ya kamata a bude wajen makafi da guragu da kurame.
If you go to post office in the morning, you will see girls. They will brought them with a jagger or napep, dump them there, just going roaming about, begging for alms. But these girls, if you train them, you are training a nation because they will be mothers tomorrow. And a mother is always a teacher.
They should be encouraged to go to school, so long as we want Borno to bounce back to its former position.
Educators, community leaders, civil society representatives, and journalists also shared their views on how to improve the educational system.
We have seen in many countries whereby as a result of hardship and some assaulting economic policies has made the youth to throng into the streets. Kenya is a good example. We are not praying that this will happen in Nigeria. But if things is not taken into consideration, Nigeria will fall into the prey of these angry youths who are living in hunger, lack of education, and employment.
Updating curriculum frameworks to reflect diverse cultural perspectives and providing continued specialized training for teachers to support inclusive classrooms is said to be critical. They urged policymakers and school administrators to prioritize these measures to create an inclusive educational landscape where every student can thrive. In Maiduguri for News Central, Umaru Kirawa.
Stakeholders from Nigeria's extractive sector have condemned the attack on inclusion of host communities by many mining companies in the country. And this was during a roundtable on solid minerals exploitation in the country, where they say many host communities are denied fiscal justice as mining companies exploit their minerals without due regard to environmental laws. Amadin Uyi tells us more.
It was a gathering of stakeholders from the extractive sector as they conveyed on Abuja to review the state of Nigeria's mining sector. The roundtable on solid minerals exploitation was organized by international rights organization, the Global Rights, as stakeholders present x-rayed the effects of mining on host communities, especially the lack of inclusion and fiscal justice.
This meeting, as you may know, is the seventh in a path of dialogue starting all the way back since 2016, and is aimed at strengthening and increasing engagement between civil society actors and the government on solid mineral governance in Nigeria, and is as one of its hallmark, engaged oversight institutions tasked with fostering transparency and fiscal justice in Nigeria.
The roundtable today is to bring stakeholders together to look at what we mean by fiscal justice, financial inclusion, a financial benefit that arrives from the revenues from the solid mineral sector that we go around to all beneficiaries within the system.
They say mining host communities have continued to bear the brunt of mining activities, which destroys their livelihoods and puts their health at risk.
Mining host communities inordinately bear the burden of the resource costs with seemingly little or no benefits from the wealth that is harnessed in their vicinity. And all across our countries, this story is told. In Plateau State, in Kaduna State, in Zamfara State, in Jigawa State.
How much of our extractive industry contributes to the GDP of our colonial masters? How much does the gold from my land and the lithium from Kogi And the oil from Ogoniland, how much does it contribute to the GDP of England, of America, and now by extension, the Asian tigers of India, of China, and lately even of the Middle East?
The stakeholders say they are confident that mistakes made in the mining sector can be corrected through collaboration.
Oil is going, it will soon be gone. What we have now is solid mineral. So this is the right time for us to sit down and really set the right laws, the right template.
The host communities, those that God have endowed with these materials, should get the full benefit for these materials, because they are the ones that are going to pay the price at the end of the day. They are going to be left with environmental challenges. We shouldn't forget in a hurry what happened in Zamfara when with the poisoning. We shouldn't forget what has just happened in Niger State. As was said, there are 50 people are already dead.
The stakeholders are calling for reforms and an amendment of the nation's mining laws to ensure that host communities are not deprived of their rights. In Abuja for News Central, I am Amadin Uyi.